This presentation is brought to you by the Australian America's Cup Future Challengers. If you wish to be a part of Australia's future America's Cup adventures, please register your support via email at sailing@aacc1.com.au or telephone Peter on 0412 491 617.
Welcome to San Francisco, California, USA, home of the 34th America's Cup. I'm your host, John Navas, for exciting action as challengers and defender practice on the bay. I'm a San Francisco native, and I've been sailboat racing most of my life. We open with Luna Rossa Challenge and Emirates Team New Zealand up near the Golden Gate Bridge. New Zealand is heading downwind. The prevailing wind is from the west or underneath the bridge in the same direction that Emirates Team New Zealand is currently traveling. The boat is up on foils. This is the red practice mark that has been set. Our vantage point is onshore near the reaching mark, which is close to the Golden Gate Yacht Club, home of the Defender. Emirates New Zealand. They're getting ready for a jibe. The boat is heeled, and soon we'll see the daggerboard come down on the near side of the boat. There goes the daggerboard down. It's in the water. The boat starts its jibe. Notice the nicely choreographed motions of the crew members as they go from side to side. Notice how the boat is almost staying entirely on its foils. The zigzagging is the driver attempting to keep the boat foiling at all times. That was a very good jibe. They foiled through most of it, losing very little speed in the jibe. They're now heading down toward Alcatraz Island. You can look at the sail shape as the boat goes away from us. There's not much twist in the sail here. At other times we will see more twist. And the boat completes a turn back to windward. Notice the acceleration coming out of the turn. The boat leaps up on its foils for a short distance before dropping into the water. Here we have Luna Rossa Challenge approaching the red practice training mark. She'll be turning around that mark, going from our left to our right. Little touchdown there. Nothing too serious. Now back up on the foils. Notice that the foil on our left is retracted. When that foil comes down, it will initiate the jibe. Another little touchdown. You'll notice that she seems to be moving from our left to our right sideways. That's probably a result of a flood tide coming in underneath the Golden Gate Bridge. It can be quite strong in the bay. The crews come across, getting ready to set up. And there goes the board down. Furious grinding, the turn. See New Zealand in the background. Let's see how she comes out of it. Touchdown on both hulls. You'll notice how quickly the boat slows. The boat is much slower when it's down off of its foils. So this was not a fast jibe. They're going to try to get the boat back up to speed. We now have the left hull up out of the water, but she's still not foiling. Still in displacement mode. So this was a much slower jibe than the one we just saw by Emirates Team New Zealand. Luna Rossa Challenge again, going back upwind. Slowly, not in a race mode. They're attacking. Crew across the boat. We can see Emirates New Zealand approaching from the far side. Another reaching practice turn by Emirates New Zealand. Approaching the red turning mark. Nice foiling. Little touchdown there. Wasn't too good, but they didn't lose too much speed. There's their chase boat right behind them on the left side of our image there. Still approaching the turning mark. Again, we're going to wait for that board to go down. That initiates the jibe. Starting to turn. Up on her foils. The skipper is zigzagging a little bit to maintain the foiling attitude. Getting ready to drop the board. There goes the board down in the water. Going through the turn, trying to keep her on the foil. And down. This is a much slower turn than the prior one we saw New Zealand do, but she's getting back up to speed fairly quickly. The left hull has lifted off. Notice the water spewing up on the hull. It's a very wet ride for that crew. And a turn back to windward. Here's the start of the practice race. Boats coming off the starting line in this regatta will be starting on a reach, heading for a reaching mark. Here we have Luna Rossa Challenge ahead, followed by Emirates New Zealand. Emirates New Zealand is going to the outside to try to get around Luna Rossa Challenge as they approach the first reaching mark. Although Luna Rossa Challenge is foiling, New Zealand is significantly faster. There's the reaching mark. Luna Rossa Challenge tries to luff up Emirates New Zealand to force them wide. New Zealand responds. And then Luna Rossa Challenge turns back down toward the reaching mark. But Emirates New Zealand has a full head of steam on here, is going significantly faster than Luna Rossa Challenge. Let's see what they can do with it. They're going so fast they can literally sail around the outside of Luna Rossa Challenge. Foiling nicely. So they've gained considerable distance already. Both boats getting ready for a jibe. Oop, crash by Luna Rossa Challenge. Slows them way down. Now they're getting ready for their jibe again. There goes the board down on Luna Rossa Challenge, and she completes her jibe. There's New Zealand getting ready to do her jibe, and she's jibing as well. Big lead picked up already by Emirates New Zealand. Drop both hulls in the water, but back up to speed very quickly. Now getting ready to lift off even on the lee hull. Emirates New Zealand getting ready for another jibe. Back toward San Francisco. Crew is set up. Getting ready to put the board down. There goes the board down. Starting through the jibe. Nicely done. Good maintenance. Other board is up now, just raised. Speed was maintained very well through the jibe. There's Alcatraz Island in the background. Emirates New Zealand is now heading roughly for Pier 39 in San Francisco. Luna Rossa Challenge going through attack. It's coming back upwind. Both boats have gone around the leeward mark and are headed back upwind. That yellow hull was a recreational sailboat sharing the bay with them. There's Emirates New Zealand making a cross on Luna Rossa. Emirates New Zealand is on starboard. Luna Rossa Challenge on port. Nice clean cross. Now up at the windward mark, Luna Rossa Challenge has come around. It looks like she's jibed back over to port. Here comes New Zealand staying on starboard tack, now getting ready for her jibe. but still holding in there closer to shore. There's a lot of tactics on the bay in terms of where the best wind is and where the tide is most favorable. But she's still going to be jibing, I think, fairly soon here. There go crew down, so she's clearly setting up. The board is down. Starting the jibe. Full foiling. Oop. Touchdown a little bit there. But still fast, nice and smooth. And back up and out. Very, very good jibe. Nice and fast. Emirates New Zealand probably setting up for another jibe here to come back towards San Francisco. That's Angel Island in the background. We'll keep an eye on the crew. That's usually the first tip that something's going to happen. There's the crew up. Starting down now. The board should go down soon. There's the board down. There starts the jibe. Oop, Luna Rosa challenge on the inside. She already did her jibe and she's fully up to speed. Slow jibe by Emirates New Zealand. Emirates New Zealand coming upwind from Alcatraz Island toward the Golden Gate Bridge. Part 1 was recorded on June 13th. This is being recorded on June 26th, so we're looking to see if we can see some improvement in the boats in this clip. Tacking. That's Angel Island in the background. And getting ready to tack back from the northwest to the southwest. There's the board going down. A little fog in the background. And getting ready to tack again from the southwest to the northwest. A lot of that famous San Francisco fog in the background. Great crew work here. Boat coming back up to speed. Now up by the Golden Gate Bridge South Tower, she starts a turn down and a jibe. Now heading toward the northeast. Wind is fairly light here, probably only 10 to 12 knots. 2 chase boats in tow, but still accelerating nicely. Passing a couple of the race committee boats and 2 of the official racing marks. And another jibe by Emirates Team New Zealand. There's the board down, past a tugboat moored there toward Alcatraz Island. Hulls in the water, fairly light wind. Let's see how quickly they can accelerate out of it. Weather hull up out of the water. So, considering the light wind, a pretty good jibe. And are we foiling yet? There she foils. Emirates New Zealand going past the 2 Artemis AC-45s that they're practicing in while they scramble to build their new AC-72. They're headed northwest here toward Marin County, near the north tower of the Golden Gate Bridge. Turning down. We're now toward Angel Island. And the two race committee boats we saw earlier. And Emirates New Zealand again, going for a reaching jibe. Those are the official racing marks. Nice approach. That's the race committee boat right behind New Zealand there. I think that's the AC regardless. There, they should be starting their turn fairly soon. There's the turn. Watch that board. Getting ready. Not quite. There's the board down. Starting to drive through the jibe here. Furious grinding to get the boat through the jibe. There's the turn. Still fairly light wind, so it's not surprising this isn't a really fast jibe. But they've already lifted off the windward hull and are picking up speed quickly. Fog in the background. Here comes Oracle Team USA, the Defender, out of the fog. This is Boat 2. We can tell by the triangular pod between the two hulls and a single strut on the bowsprit. Both one has a rectangular pod and two struts. Approaching the reaching mark. Ready for her jibe. Nice form there, full foiling. Let's see how the turn looks. Starting her turn. She's up. Quite high here, higher than she wants to be. Getting ready for the turn, getting ready. That board hasn't come down yet. And hull in the water before the board went down. That was not a clean jibe. Let's see if the board goes down. You can see the board is now going down. So very slow jibe. Good crew work there. Much like Team New Zealand. Boat starting to accelerate a little bit. Windward hull out of the water. Starting to get some speed. There she goes, but still a pretty slow jibe. Team New Zealand in the fog. Very spooky. Going nice and clean and fast. There's one of the course marks. Let's see if she's getting ready to do a jibe. That's a buoy off the St. Francis Yacht Club, near the Golden Gate Yacht Club. There she comes up. Still holding it. Nice attitude, good speed. And the board is down. Starting a jibe. There's our anchored tugboat. Just short of that, she's starting to accelerate away from the jibe. There goes the windward hull up. Nice jibe. Here's Oracle Team USA again. Trying another jibe. Getting ready. There's the board down. Much smoother entry this time. Let's see how she comes out of it. Accelerating. Windward hull out of the water. Turning down. Much better job than last time. And foiling. Nice clean foil going downwind. Smooth, stable, very fast. Here comes Emirates Team New Zealand for another reaching jibe pass. Good approach. Fast and smooth. Up on her foil. Turning. Getting ready to put that board down. Let's watch. Angling for stability. And there goes the board down. Starting the turn. Still foiling reasonably a little bit there, but still not completely, but still pretty fast. That was a good jibe. Another reaching jibe for Emirates New Zealand. Making her turn. Oh, little touchdown there, a little spray, but not too serious. Boat kept its speed pretty well. That's the AC regardless. A race committee boat, I think, in the foreground again. New Zealand is up. The board is down. She's running on both foils for a while here as she goes into her jibe. Nice clean entry. Let's see how she does to finish. But that's all for this program from San Francisco, California, USA. This is your host, John Navas, thanking you.